Hello everyone, One Man, One Voice here, and today we are playing Insomnia the Ark. New game. Let's do this. Part 1. The eyes are not here, there are no eyes here. In the valley of dying stars, in the hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdoms, trembling with the tenderness lips that would kiss form players to broken stone. Okay. Here we are. Just a shadow, a ghost. Nothing but nothing. Look, a fishing vessel. People come towards me. I guess we're following the orb. Other way. Ghost people. Okay, it's turned into a dude. Oh. I guess the path is collapsing behind us. Force us to go forward as such. Alright. Shadows, shadows. Well, I can hear it dropping behind me. Into the scrapyard. Look at all this junk laying around. Like, do we need all this junk? No. No, we don't. Go and lead the way then, sir. Yes. He followed someone somewhere. Let's give the guy a hand. The Big Sleep is the layman's name for the delta stasis procedure, in which a person is put into a multi-year hibernation in which a significantly slowed metabolism, limb and enormous vault of delta modules keeps the 3/4 of the population of Herb in the state of big sleep. So basically we're in cryogenics. Hello? Oh, this must be me. Hello, rise. Hello, doctor. What's the verdict? What is the verdict? Hello, KZ0012. How are you feeling? It's only been a minute. Yeah, it's not been a minute. The cryostasis or whatever it's called, the layman's term for big sleep or whatever. Probably had me in there for years. You are ready. Oh, you are already up and about. Must be because you are a soldier. Oh, thank you. Oh, well, we're finding new things about me already. Looks like congratulations are in order for your successful awakening. What's new? Oh, I must say you've looked out quite a bit considering the state you were in after the accident. You're looking rather fresh. Accident? What are you talking about, man? You've managed to survive the blast in limb KZ0012. Several hundred dead, many more injured. You're going to find out more about the incident a bit later. Okay, well, we've got a couple of options to choose here. We got how long do I have to stay here? Where am I? How may I address you? We'll go where am I? In the adaptation chamber. To answer the question you've probably about to ask, you've been here for 14 days. So it hadn't been a couple of minutes, had it? I've been unconscious the entire time. How long do I have to stay here? According to the readings, you'll bounce back soon enough. This is somewhat atypical situation.
Please go to office number 46 to see the head of the security service. Patient Dollar. Please go to office number 46 to see the head of the security service.
I will disembodied voice, even if it's not me. I'll take a trip round there. Atypical situation, such a rough awakening. You've been very lucky. Oh, thank you. If things were different, I'd recommend that you stay in this chamber for another week. But as it's at the moment, the state needs each and every one of us. I suppose I can tell Dr. Rowe that you've ready for your stroke scan. Well, I see no point in trying it out. He's expecting you when you leave the chamber, make a right and go all the way to the end. Okay, Doctor. Oh. How do we? Oh, okay. Take patient card. Well, inventory, patient card. Can we read it? Oh, yeah. Results of initial physical. Time of schedule. I've tried to talk here, disembodied voice. Let's come. Additional signs. So we kind of screwed up. Doctor, paramedic. Look at this place. A complete dystopian world. Dystopian. Paramedic. Is there anything to be taken here? Nope. Nothing there. Excuse me, coming through. Just a guy running around in a onesie. No, no, I don't want to. Crazy people. Okay, what's in here? Oh, open locker. Oh, military rations, I'll take those. And some water. I could always deal with that. I mean, these guys don't need it, they're unconscious. No. In this dystopian world, we all have to share a bit. Oh, I could talk to these people. Somnic. You try to catch the patient's eye. In a few seconds, he looks at you dimly, awkwardly, bending his wrists. How's it going, son? A cynical smile breaks out across the man's face, though it doesn't seem to be meant for you. Are you okay? The man rubs his eyes with his wrists as if trying to wipe the oily film off a camera. No. Dude, the guy looks a bit... We're not in like an insane asylum, are we? Wait. Paramedic. I am listening. The stout paramedic scowls, watching a man look at fluorescent lamp in awe. May I ask you a couple of questions? Yes, but make it quick. He's snappy. He's like, make it quick, man. I've got things to do. Even though he's just stood there playing on his tablet. He's probably playing Angry Birds. I've just recovered what happened here. It's a madhouse here. The terror attack in the limb, thousands killed. It sure is something. I can't say that word on YouTube. The arstards from the border areas are trying to intimidate us. Oh, they'll change their tune as soon as our heavy units do their thing.
You may proceed to office number 112 for pickup. Patients possessing a prescription for Lurkerol.
I'm trying to talk, disembodied voice. Very inconvenient. Who are they and what do they want? Some kind of gathering of those who believe themselves to be getters, rights activists. What do they want to free themselves from, I wonder? Food supplies? They'd starve to death if it weren't for us. Ah, okay. Starting to get a bit of background about this world. I guess because it's a dystopian, post-apocalyptic world, I'm guessing there's water and food shortages everywhere. Won't be surprised me if there's going to be like food or water rights later on down. Is this guy alright? Not really. As you can see, the blast caused a swing which rebooted his Delta module system, hence his spontaneous awakening. I have to go. Oh, so if you wake up unexpectedly, then I guess it may fry your brain. Dark Alar soldier. Dude's got sick armor. Guessing we need to be in here. Oh, here we are. Come right in. That's exactly what I said. KZ0012, is it? Everyone just calls me Frank. You call me this guy's going to be Frank. Fine and dandy, thank you. Fantastic. So, you are now standing on the very stroke scanner that seems to be the subject of quite a few dark and scary rumours. Of course, you and I both know that rumours thrive on ignorance, don't we? Ah, yes, they do indeed. The stroke scanner will put together a detailed assessment of your physical and mental condition. And are you ready to begin? I don't seem to have a choice. Come now, don't make us out to be the dictators. It's not like we're dentists here. Okay, you will be Frank. Okay, Healer is skilled in stealth and survival, possesses great wayfinding skills, and is decent at using firearms and in close combat. In the military forces of Herb, Healers are considered to be immigrants from the junkyard that are familiar with the border areas and understand the customs of getters, criminals, and mercenaries. You don't like to talk about your past in the junkyard. The faces of your parents have been erased from your memory, replaced with lifelong memories of constant fear and in the kind of hunger that makes one dumb. You were not even 10 years old when fate brought you to the reservation D-106 where child supervision services agent picked you up, knowing that you would not get another chance. You put all of your strength into learning martial arts, and now you are a valued agent for the intelligence units of the Tairang division. Citizens of Herb, are unlikely to ever let you into their circle, but you do have their respect. We got Thing Master. A Thing Master is an expert mechanic capable of working with explosive substances and using weapons. Many getters became Thing Masters for them working at a factory is only chance they have of receiving an herb citizenship. A Thing Master from the near range will feel at home in the company of engineers, labourers, and simple inhabitants from the reservations. You were born into a family of getters and held a relatively happy childhood on reservation D-106. Your father was a foreman at the water purification plant, so although your family lived modestly, your needs were met. You spent your days and nights in your father's workshop studying schematics and dreaming of one day becoming an inventor. Thanks to your hard work, your father was able to achieve full citizenship in Herb for himself and his family, and did everything so that you could go into the service of the Ordnance. After spending several years in the repair service at the Ordnance as an apprentice, you received a coveted certificate and were deployed. It seems like every class has their own backstory, which I think is pretty good. What else do we have? Sorry. Doing yawning there. These are those of Dark Allah's soldiers who guard the Herb's perimeter. They are in excellent physical shape, specialise in close combat, and prefer heavy armour. They prefer to associate with respective representatives of the military caste and committee officials. You were born in one of the sterile capsules of the incubator and identified as an acceptable specimen of the Herb citizen. Long before your professional testing, you knew that the martial arts were your calling. You spent your early years at the training grounds of the Grey level, honing your mastery of blade weapons, having extensively studied and the charter of the Ordnance. You are confident that your hand will not waver when the people of Nurm need your protection. Okay. Tekka specialise in electrical systems and extensive knowledge of medicine. Military techers who serve in the near range know how to use weapons and frequently participate in military operations. Techers will find many things in common with civilian specialists from Herb and with committee officials. Even in your earliest childhood years, you stood out among your urbanate peers. For your curiosity and desire to understand everything, you were interested in how everything worked, whether it was computer parts or workings of the human immune system. Your natural inclination determined your future path based on your test results. You were assigned to the medical center education program, where you became a medical equipment engineer. Upon completing the program, you were recommended for the service into the Ornate as a military engineer for electronic systems. Jaegers. I like the fact that every single class has its own fluff and lore behind it, because it really does help RPG games immerse you when you kind of have I mean, sometimes you like to make up your own backstory, but games like this where it has its own, it tells you, kind of, in my opinion, is quite good. Jaegers have mastered the use of firearms and tend to use light equipment. Soldiers with this specialization usually serve on the front lines and are well versed in the internal culture of the tiring division soldiers and officers. When you were a child, you were expected to have the same fate as your urban inhabitant, prep corps, professional testing, and being assigned a place of service. However, thanks to your perseverance, you were recommended for early practice in the near range when you were still young. Participating in real combat situations has turned you into the seasoned fighter before you even turned 20. You've mastered the most kinds of firearms, and by your second big sleep, you were considered to be the most promising member of your unit. I think I might actually be a Jaeger.
Please report to the office of the block director. Dr. Tarin, please report to the office of the block director. Thank you.
Can we zoom it? There we go, zoom in. We'll make him that. Face. It's kind of an evil face though. Hairstyle. It's not too bad. We'll give him a nice beard. You know, because most special forces guys have beards. Tattoos. I can't even see the tattoo, so might as well just leave it. Yeah. There we go. Great. You feel dizzy. You wobble, feeling as if your chest cavity is being filled with hot cement. Thank you, KZ0012. This session is over. What do you think? It was unusual, but I'm alright. I can't say it was pleasant. I admit I was expecting a far more depressing scene. After all, your condition had been extremely grave. For 14 days straight, you should thank your body for its tenacity. It seems you are ready to continue service. I'll send the results to General Headquarters, and then they'll give you your assignment. The doctor freezes in front of the terminal screen for a few seconds. Done. You've been assigned to the near range at the Asgrus military base. If you still have questions, Redden will provide further instruction. You are free to go, KZ0012. Or Frank.
Attention patients and personnel.
Have we got a weapon?
Radio communications problems are expected due to repair.
I like the armor. It's pretty good. Okay. This guy's sat at a desk, okay. Oh, there he is. Redden. How did the diagnostics go, KZ0012? According to the base, you've been assigned to the Agros military garrison in Sector D. The magnetic road station is in the entry hall at the end of the hallway. Do you have any questions? I spent 14 days unconscious and you're discharging me just like that? Well, let's just put it this way. Now is not the time to allow soldiers to stay in their beds. Having a light read the stroke scan show good results, thus there is no reason to keep you here. Why am I being sent to the near range? Sector D is troubled area at the moment. A state of emergency has been unleashed. Unrest. Okay. So basically it's the waking everyone up, and it's like we need bodies to fill the line. So it's like, you're good enough to go, mate. May I ask a few questions about the scanning procedure? Sure thing. What are you interested in? Remind me. No, I already know what the point of it. What if I were having hallucinations? Hallucinations can be indicative of the variety of hidden mental disorders. I understand your fears. Yes, in certain cases we do diagnose IHAP or somnia, as they call it in the common parlance. Okay. Thanks, Doc. We remember. Okay. Now it's time to push on to the front lines. Coordinator. Come in. End dialogue. It's just like, come in. Yeah, I'm seeing ghosts. Kind of like the aftermath of a big explosion where you see like the remnants.
Report to the office of the block director, Dr. Robb. Please
What's
report
down
to
here?
the office of the block director. Thank you.
Whatever it is, it's heavily defended. Patient, step away from the door. What's behind the door? Lim, this segment is close proximity to the site incident that has been ordered to I've been ordered to shoot and kill, so keep your distance. Lim? Not long ago you were on the other side of this door, breathing peacefully in your big sleep state. It doesn't seem like you've entirely recovered from having awakened yet. Get back to your ward. Okay. Doesn't seem like the very friendly sort, but we will go back to our Oh. Well, how are you feeling? The man casts you a snide look at you. I'm afraid you've mistaken me for someone else. We haven't met. My name is Lockie. Locke. Number 101020. Nice to meet you. I'm Locke. You can see my number on the badge. You seem perplexed. Have you just recovered after your awakening? Yeah, I think I slept through all the fun. A week ago we thought the apocalypse had come. The hallways were crammed with extra beds, the medics reeking of distillant, and at the end of the day we were this close to a nervous breakdown. How long have you been? How have you been here long? Almost a month. I was extracted from the Delta module a few weeks back. I was quite lucky and came to only a few hours before the incident. How did it happen? The howl of the siren woke me. The guy lying next to me, he was in a coma after the spontaneous waking and started shaking and shouting something. I left the ward and was nearly knocked down by a bunch of soldiers carrying their rifles at the ready. I followed them, trying to catch a glimpse of something from behind. I smelled smoke. The entrance to Lim had been cordoned off. An officer wearing a helmet announced over the loudspeaker that patients were to return to their beds and staff were to remain at their workplace.
The reference desk is waiting for you. Thank you.
God, that woman is annoying. I hadn't fallen asleep again. The sounds of the footsteps behind the door and the staff cursing never settled for a minute. They were bringing in the victims. How did the authorities respond to this so-called incident? The cause of the incident are being investigated, is what we heard from loudspeakers 2 days straight. Then they announced the possible involvement of terrorist group from the near range. They tortured the staff and many of the patients for about 2 weeks, interrogating them and collecting evidence. I happened to have a conversation with investigators as well. What did you talk about with the investigator? He listed names and showed pictures. All of the questions were regular crap. Where were you at 2:30, and is there anyone who can prove it? Offered rewards for cooperating with the investigation, used all available detective techniques at random. It seemed to me they had no clue what their superiors wanted from them. This is quite thrilling, but I need to go. No harm done. If you have a moment, come by and we'll have ourselves a nice chat. So I'm guessing just after the aftermath of this huge explosion, my guy looks like he's going to pass out. The entire place was in complete disarray. Hello, how may I be of assistance? I've just recovered from the big sleep. What happened here? A shocking incident occurred in Lim. There was a blast that killed several hundred people, and a few thousand have literally gone mad due to Lim's system malfunction. According to the tentative version, the terrorist attack was carried out by a radical group from the near range. It seems like everything's going on near the near range, and they're sending me there. May I ask you a few questions? Be more specific. Tell me about Lim. Judging by your age, you must have been there at least once. Well, whatever is important. Tell me about the quarantine block. That's the area where patients which with incurable mental illness are kept, including those with confirmed ANHP, chronic and violent patients. The Ministry of Health believes 3 visits to the quarantine block to indivisible. Tell me about the adaptation block. Every urbanite awakening from their big sleep spends 3 days to 8 weeks in there. I guess it's to get them used to being awake after the big sleep. Okay, it's time to push on. And we're away! The Agros military base in the garrison of the Tarang division is deployed in the near range to maintain order within its perimeter. Tarang units monitor the immigration flow and are used for riot control. Excerpt from the Dressler's Encyclopedia. Well, looks like we'll be heading to the front lines, people. Front lines. You just got a backpack. I want a backpack. That closed pretty quick, isn't it? How can I help? Where am I? Got off at the wrong station. This is Agros military base, Sector D of the near range. Well, no, obviously I'm in the right place, because they're sending me to the front lines after waking up like 20 seconds ago. It's like, we need bodies. Yep, he's up. Get him in there. Get him in there, mate. D06 sounds familiar. D106 is one of the largest reservations in the near range. It has water purification plant. It supplies water to some of and it's good half of the near range. Where could I find the base manager? Getting an audience with the Colonel Server is not easy. If you have a good reason, Colonel can be found in the command center on the 2nd floor. To get there, take the elevator to the lobby. Where can I get my gear? Go to the Intendant Kevlar. You need to cross the parade ground in order to find a warehouse. Walk through the hall and enter through the first door on the right. As far as good goes, a canteen right across the warehouse. Okay. Hopefully I'll get a giant machine gun or something. As we wander around the base. Oh. You remember the dead sky. Aerial control point officer. Report your purpose of your arrival. He's like, well, I was ordered to come here by a guy in a lab. I was ordered to I have the order of appointment, Sergeant, from the Herb. Sergeant shoots a glance at your badge, then focuses on the database of his communicator for a while. Okay, KZ0012, or Frank, you can call me Frank. By order of Colonel Saab, you have been assigned to the outpost D106/23 under the command of Captain. There's actually a transport module out of here that's just waiting for new recruits. Continue. Oh, and don't forget to see the quartermaster. He'll give you your gear. Where can I find the quartermaster? Exit the control point across the platform and enter the base hallway. After that, follow the hallway forward and make a right. Any more questions? Outpost. I thought I was assigned to the base garrison. That's enough questions. I've read out what's written. You are free to go. Thank you, Sergeant. We remember. So I was supposed to be assigned to the base garrison plate. Nope. Nope. He's just woken up. We'll send him to the front lines itself. He's a getter. Look at him. That's some sick armor. His back problems can stay guard. Oh, nice car. It's quite a large base, actually. Well, we'll I think he said it's. Oh, I'll be through here. We'll go to the quartermaster. We'll go get our supplies, and then. Okay. Svar. The committee officer coughs arrogantly. What are you doing? Him from his thought process. Nothing to do there. Affirmative. I decided to contact you and find out the details about your order. It's weird that you have passed the aptitude test. The committee will definitely raise questions as how competent you are from the legal standpoint. Stop wasting my time. What? Okay. Russ. The Prime Sergeant tears himself away from the paper and looks at you. Alright, go on, through. It's hot enough in here. What's going on? Rats came running here from the committee. Even the chief of the special service showed up, and now everybody is going crazy. What special service? It's a secret service operating at the highest level. Now they don't just give recommendations, but can also issue direct orders. The recent decision of the council. What do the committee auditors need? They're checking to see if we are going to crap our pants if there is another emergency. Colonel Saab went all nuts and her aides seemed to be glued to telephones. So the military didn't even do well. They kind of folded when this attack went on. That's great. I can see why, because even my character just woke up like 10 minutes ago, and then they're already like, well, send them to the front line. Is there any progress in the investigation of the explosion? Talk to Shred. He is responsible for the isolator. This sadist will gladly hold a tour for you. Okay. What do we have in here? Can we get in? No? Combat unavailable. I don't want combat. I want to find a quartermaster. You know, get my goodies. Get my weapons. Okay, I'm seeing things again. This might be the quartermaster. Yeah, quartermaster Kevlar. What can I do for you, son? I've arrived by appointment to pick up my gear. Oh, I've been notified. That your kit is ready. Oh, nice. Broth. 7.92mm standard cartridges. 50. Oh, payment token 2,000. Thank you. A GS-90 grenade. 2 of them. Thank you. That's it for me. We remember the dead sky. We remember. Okay. Well, equipped. Oh, we put in primary. No, put your pants back on. Put that there. We'll move the cartridge up there. We'll move that up there. Can I sell stuff to the quartermaster, actually? Because if I can, get rid of that stuff, because I no need. Show me what you've got at the warehouse. Oh. Okay, cool. I'll get rid of that. I don't need that. I don't need that. How much is a backpack? 3,400 for a backpack. That's a bit extreme. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. That much money for a backpack? That's insane. Maybe we'll get some more money later down the line. Well, what's in here? The cafeteria. Skinner. So you've decided to eat. I'd rather eat a pot of junkyard cockroaches soup than a spoonful of this shit. The last chef was much better. He got all weird at his old age, so one day he was taken away by some people wearing cloaks of the committee. They said they were temporary measure, but we haven't seen him in 6 months. What are you eating? Mashed taters. So mashed taters. Like a combination of oil, artificial fish oil. I bet this can be used as fuel for boiler installations. I've been saying it for a while. They feed us with industrial waste. Okay. Well, this world, this dystopian future sci-fi world seems horrible. Officer. Ah. You see an officer by his nice little badges on his uniform. Have I got any badges? No.
When entering the military base territory, service personnel must show their identification at the checkpoint. Every
Okay, thank you. There's disembodied voices everywhere, talking about everything. No matter what you do, there's disembodied voices everywhere. Wait, so the gloomy, lanky server rocks from side to side. It's obvious that he's not happy with your presence. Anything left for lunch? The server squeamishly scrapes a ladle across the bottom of the huge pot. I'm sorry, it's all gone. All I have is standard rations. Well, at least I'll take some standard rations. Okay, let's push. Was that all they offered? Didn't give me no water or anything. Are you doing okay? I'm doing as good as it gets while you are becoming more experienced in battle. I'm stuck here with a ladle. What would we do without kitchen heroes? Why don't you just piss off? I'm trying to be as awful as I can at what I do, but it seems that other kitchen staff do an even shittier job than mine. Jesus Christ. Well, mate, I'll take over your ladle. You pass me your ladle, and then I'll give you my rifle, so I can just be ladling stuff out on plates while you go to the front line and probably get yourself blown to pieces. Well, make an appointment with the witch doctor so that he would conjure up a promotion for me. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding. Even though the legend has it that somewhere in the near range lives a witch doctor, Gennaro, who knows how to put spells on things. He will touch your arm and your wish will come true. That sounds a bit fishy, but in this world, you never know. Could happen. Sounds pretty stupid, but why not try? Maybe I will get lucky and stumble on him. Are you serious? The hell with it. Why not? Continue. So it means that I have to give you something personal. Some personal item. I only have a belt, but that's for keeping my pants up. Well, I also have a moronic statue that was given to me on Generation Day. Please take it. It would be even better if you don't lose it. Alpha. Long awaited promotion. So when we head to the front line, we've also got to keep our eyes out for a witch doctor. Which, I mean, it's not too bad for playlist, because I mean it's probably hard to miss him. Well, it just looks like a service tunnel. An officer. Oh, the open. I was like, oh damn it, we're in a video, but it opens. Is this the guy I want to talk to? No. Captain Relfell. The officer apathically pokes around his communicator. He looks about 45 with every possible sign of unfriendliness on his thin, unkempt face. We remember the dead sky. KZ0012, I'm looking for the captain. Right, let's skip the part. Yes, you're right place, and yes, we're all waiting for you. Have you already been to the quartermaster? Affirmative. Great. So grab a seat in the transport module. We're moving out. Oh, let's roll out. And there we are, to the front line. It doesn't seem like it could fit many people. Well, I'm the only person that gets in. Everyone else is just going to ride on the outside. So, alright. The near range is a vast area under Earth's control. The near range is populated by getters, the descendants of illegal aliens that once sneaked into this station. They preferred dependents to death at the junkyard. Well, this video is actually getting pretty late as it is, so we'll head to Vulture's Nest, and then I'll end the video. Bypass. Okay, I guess something's happening. Okay, what I'll do is save it here. I think this is a good point to end the video, because we're reaching about 40 minutes into the video anyway. So thank you for watching. This has been the Ark. I've been One Man One Voice. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.